I'm trying to.
Is that how you want to start the podcast? With
With
you saying
ow.
ow, 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 ow?
I mean, it wasn't intentional, but it's pretty it's a good representation.
Why are you saying ow?
Why am I saying ow? Because I ran the 2025 TCS New York City Marathon.
Did you really?
I did.
Wow.
Breaking news. You may not
Impressive.
have heard.
I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I should have talked about it so much more.
Yeah, you should have.
Wow.
How did you think the listeners knew that you ran the marathon?
You know what's funny? I saw like a dating poll and it was like he didn't tell you he was running the marathon. Is that a red flag or is he like super humble?
Oof. I don't know if it's humble. Maybe.
I
do
it's
feel like there's
weird.
like a group of guys that wouldn't say that. I mean, I just saw Alexis and Matt when I picked up the packages the other day at our old apartment, and they were like, we'll see you out there. A friend of ours just told us yesterday that he's running the marathon. That was like on Saturday. So it's that exact
crazy.
situation of like the guy didn't say they were going to run the marathon. I feel like Ryan would have done that too.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Like there are definitely a group of people that are just, I mean, you kind of have to know because people are raising money for it too.
Not everyone though.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, what percentage of people raise money? I feel like it's got to be a majority.
Probably like 30%, I'd say, I get in through charity partners.
That's it?
Yeah.
I thought like the whole thing had to be
There's
charity.
a lottery. There's the most common way to get in is the
I
9
feel like
plus
everyone
1 program.
should still raise money for it. Like
I mean,
still should.
yes. Yeah, I have thoughts on that, like unexpected, I think, benefits that I didn't foresee that kind of go into how I felt yesterday. And I'm really glad that I raised money. I think it really helped fuel me in some tough moments of remembering there was a much greater purpose to why I was there and what I was doing. So I would recommend it. Like I would absolutely recommend getting into the marathon through a charity partner. But even that's competitive now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard, like running's like having a moment.
Do you think you're just noticing it more now because
No.
you are running?
No. I mean, yes, definitely, but running has exploded. I mean, any race you want to get into, it's so much more competitive now because so many more people are applying and trying to run. It's having a moment because of social media, I think.
Yeah. I mean, how many people ran this? 70,000?
There were actually 57,000 finishers.
Yeah. Someone today actually at work told me that their husband ran it because we were talking about this earlier. How many people start and don't finish? And I think you said yesterday 15,000 people had signed up and didn't do it in some kind of way, shape, or form, or didn't get to the end. Whether that means they got sick the night before, they couldn't like make it to New York, or they just didn't finish the race, which seemed like a large amount to me. And we'll talk about you obviously in a second. But they had said their husbands got to like mile 23 and didn't finish.
Wow.
And
What happened?
They said that it was they had done it before and just got there and went to like a medical attendant, like didn't do any training and was just like I don't need to do this.
Yeah, that's crazy to get to mile 23
That's pretty
and
late.
call it out. Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty.
you got to be really not feeling well at that point to
I agree.
give in.
I agree. Okay, well, how do you want to do this episode? We're still starting with gratitude, and then we'll get into.
I mean, this whole episode could be gratitude for me. Like, yeah, we can start with gratitude. I'm so immensely grateful for every single person who supported me, not just through marathon day, but throughout this whole journey. I mean, we'll get into it of like, I had a really tough day, which I did not anticipate, but yeah, the one above all else, like what I walked away from it with was how much gratitude I have and how loved and supported I feel by friends, family, the seeing other people community, random people that I've never met that supported me there in person, like waiting to cheer me on, tracking me, who listen to the podcast, who have seen me on social media, watched my journey, people who just supported virtually and were checking in and cheering me on. Like I felt a world of support. And that is something that like I hope everyone gets to experience at one point in their lives. And like I think that is what the marathon experience gave me, like just genuine, like immense support, and I feel so appreciative. So thank you to you. Thank you to every friend and family member who came out to be there. Thank you to everyone listening. Like, I feel so supported. Even today, walking around, multiple people were like, "Oh my God, I was watching your journey. Like, I know you had a hard day yesterday, but like, thank you for like opening up about it. Like, it's so inspiring. Like, we were cheering you on. Like, I was running too, but my friends like were tracking you. Like, it was just so special, and I have so much gratitude."
I do feel like you're a very like normal person, right? There are a lot of I think
I mean, there are
there
a
are
lot
a
of like
lot,
A-list celebrities.
but it's also like I feel like not a lot of people with any kind of following that really I think like that I see that struggle as much as you did yesterday in some way. Like, or is, with the whole journey from start to finish of like you were injured, you did your training, like you got into it, you did the marathon, obviously like had some like mishaps yesterday. But like comparatively to the other like quote unquote influencers of running, you're definitely the most you're just like another person, right? Like, I feel like we watch like the Matt Jameses of the world or like anybody in Bachelor since they all run the marathon.
And just looks so glamorous and fun
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
easy. And like,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
even see like there are a lot of running creators I follow who like they'll they'll have a bad marathon, and like they'll and listen, like I don't know what that's like to be an athlete or a person that runs multiple marathons and like has big goals and trains to like hit a PR or get a certain time, and then to like get out there and like have a bad day and just know it's not going to happen. Like, I'm sure that sucks. Like the end of the world. I can't relate to that, but the normal person can't relate to that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't tell somebody how to feel. You're right. Like the people that are going for a personal best are still have the right
They're
to be
still working so
upset and they
hard.
worked hard for it and they
Yeah.
didn't meet their goal. Sure, sure, sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just think as like, I think about most guys or girls that are looking to run the marathon are like, can I do this at like our age? And like, should I get into this? And how easy or hard is it? And like, I mean, you made it look hard, like
It's hard.
you. But I mean, like in a good way, I think, right? Because people run it, and I don't know if everyone's like, it's the end of the world, it's impossible, never want to do this again type of thing. I think in a good way, very realistic about it.
Right. And listen, I hope for anyone who, like, so many people have reached out throughout my journey being like, you've inspired me to start running. And like, I was talking to someone today who signed up for his first half marathon, and like, because of me. And like, that's so, so incredible. And like, I can't explain how much that means to me to hear. And I'm so glad that like I've had that effect on people. But yeah, like, I hope that anyone running any race like goes out there and has the best day ever. But I think there was so much emphasis on, Alana, marathon day is going to be one of the best days of your life. I can't tell you how many people told me that the marathon was going to be the best day of my life, other than our wedding day. And so when I went into it and I'm like, wait a second, I'm not only am I not having fun, this is horrible.
The worst day of your
This
life.
is like one of the worst days. I knew it was going to be hard. I was never like, this is going to be easy. I knew it was going to be one of the hardest things I've ever done, but I was also told to have this expectation that it will be the best day, the most fun, the most celebratory. And yes, I am so grateful for the experience that I had, even though it was hard, but like by no means was yesterday.
But that's what I mean. Not one other person was like, no, don't. Like, have you met anybody that was like, I ran the marathon and I wouldn't suggest it to anybody?
No.
Nobody has said that.
Nobody has ever said like, yeah, it's not the best day. Nobody has ever told me that the marathon would be anything but the best day of my life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it was so far from it. That doesn't mean I regret it, but I think people need to be a little bit more realistic.
You definitely don't regret it. You're happy that you did it.
I'm so
You're
happy
gonna
I
have
did
it
it.
for forever.
I'm so happy I did it.
Whatever.
I loved training. I loved my 20 weeks of marathon training. I gained so much from that. And yeah, at the end of the day, like I can do something that like if I could do this, I could do anything to an extent. But I
Yeah, you like the process more, I think.
Yeah.
As Miley Cyrus says, it's the
Life's a
climb.
climb, but the
Yeah.
view is great.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's
I don't know.
that's saying that no, life's a climb, but the view is great. Is saying that marathon training is hard, but the marathon's the best day ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought the song is more about like
Yeah, but it's the climb.
it's the climb that's
It's
the
the
fun
climb.
part.
Yeah, the song is It's the Climb. You're right.
Okay,
There's always going to be another mountain.
that's what I'm going
Especially
for.
in New York City, there's always going to be another mountain. You're always going to make it move. They say it will move you.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to be an uphill battle.
Okay.
Somebody going to have to lose yesterday. That somebody was me. It's okay.
No, you finished. You did it.
What's your gratitude, Jake?
I don't know. What was my gratitude? I haven't really thought about it, I guess, because I'm so focused on this episode. I don't know. I mean, I guess similar stuff, like all your friends that support you. I mean, the people, like, when you did all your training and whatnot, it was nice that you had people to lean on that weren't like me. There was no expectation of like Jake to come for a run. But it was nice, right? Like you go for big runs, you have your friends that do runs with you and stuff like that. I think, yeah, gratitude for anybody that's helped you kind of along the way.
Yeah. I also have to give this. I'm telling you, this whole episode could be gratitude. I also have to give gratitude to you. Like, guys, I need you to know how much Jake showed up for me.
I really did.
Jake, I'm so impressed.
I was impressed too.
I'm so impressed with you. I'm like I'm getting emotional. Like
I did well.
You did so like 10 out of 10. Okay, let me tell you guys. I woke up on marathon day and I went over to my little like flat Stanley of my outfit that I had set out the night before. And the first thing I see on it is an envelope that says marathon day. And Jake not only got me a card, but he actually wrote like multiple sentences. The full right side of the page he wrote in the card.
There was one cross out in it, but multiple sentences.
And just having my day start out like that, I wasn't expecting that. Like that, how much that would mean to me. And like, I appreciate it so much. And it was such a nice surprise. I had told Jake beforehand, I'm like, I don't want any like blown up pictures of me. What I do want, or if you're going to do something, I would like blown up Barclays. And we have like a 2-foot cutout of Barkley and a 3-foot cutout of Barkley.
You'll have to like input them into like this so people can see what they look like.
It was amazing.
Honestly,
helpful.
So helpful. Like finding your parents and that they had one, then I had one, and your dad's like literally in the street with like the Barkley sign like this, and like we're like Chuck, and he's just.
It was helpful for me finding you guys at the end. I mean, it was really helpful.
Yeah. And they're huge. They're like Barkley bar mitzvah signs.
Literally, it's like Barkley's bar mitzvah table signs.
Yeah, that's what they are.
It's amazing. So yeah, you did that. Is it raining? Was that supposed to happen? Weird. Our studio is not soundproof. Oh my God, guys. The studio is complete. Hold on. We need to pause and tell everybody. We have a new rug, which like...
I guess they can't see it.
Rug. You can't see it, but we have a perfect rug. I will post a picture of it. We also finally got all 6 of my podcast covers put up on the wall.
Yeah, they look good too.
Also, we'll post a picture of that. We got finally a second mic flag, so it says seeing other people on this mic too, and it's all set up. It's all here.
Now you need to get 2 that say co-host for life. Yeah, swap them out.
because co-host is still seeing other people.
Okay.
Like if people see a co-host clip, I still want them to like associate that with seeing other people.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
I thought about that. I did. Okay, back to the marathon. Back to Jake. Okay. We'll get into more of what Jake did throughout it, but like he coordinated with my parents, he coordinated with my friends of like where to be and how to get there, and like he helped when I was so down bad, and just you were amazing, so thank you. I like couldn't like obviously I love you and I've always known that you would support me, but like you really showed up for me yesterday.
As Frank says, we ran the marathon.
We did.
Not just Alana. All that training paid off for me too.
Yeah. Jake did get some running in too. We'll get to that. Okay. So obviously, I mean, this could be a 2-hour-long episode. We're going to try and not do that. But I think the best way to do it is to talk about like how I felt going into it and then kind of go through the day chronologically.
Go for it.
Okay. Ask me how I felt going into it.
How did you feel going into it?
going into the marathon, I felt 110% ready.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I had no, like, I was not concerned for you at all. So when you were worried in the middle of it, I was like, it's just like got to be
A fluke,
passing
like
thing.
jitters.
Like,
Yeah.
because you know, like, and I've said this before, you prepared the most. You had the trainers. You spent money on stuff. You had the right equipment, tools, whatever, carb loaded. You did all the things. Probably better than 80% of people that do it.
Yeah. And it's not even that I like checked off all the boxes. It's like New York City, the New York City Marathon is strategically very difficult because of all the bridges.
You ran the
because of all
last
hills.
18 miles at one
The
point.
last 20
Last
miles.
20
I
miles.
did the
You pretty
last
much
10
ran the marathon before.
I did the last 10 miles multiple times. I did the Queensboro Bridge multiple times. Like, I could not have prepared myself better for the marathon that I was going to run, to the point where, like, leading up to it, I wasn't nervous. I was just nervous about the fact that, knowing myself, I knew I would be nervous the morning of, but that's life. That's unavoidable. I just, even the number, like 26.2 miles, like, it didn't scare me. I was like, yes, I know this will be hard. I know I will struggle at various points during this. And I know that I am prepared and I know that I am ready.
Yeah.
No part of me expected to have a bad day. I thought I was going to thrive. I thought, yeah, again, like, it will be hard, but
Yeah.
that's life and I will push through.
Because also people were saying that you would actually have extra motivation, push through further.
Yeah, because of the crowds, because of seeing your friends, the adrenaline. You know, I had tapered, my legs were rested. Like,
Yeah.
I was ready to have the best day
Yeah.
of my life.
Okay, so ready to have a great day. Morning of, you wake up, see my card, having a good day.
Yes.
Get ready, leave.
Get there.
Get there. How long did it take you to get there?
It took me like 3 hours to get there.
What? What time did you leave?
I left. Okay. Yeah, it literally took me 3 hours to get there. I left the apartment at 7:10.
Okay.
I
So early. You started at 11:30.
Yeah.
Did you start right at 11:30?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty on point.
It was.
So 7, 3, 4.
I left the apartment at 7:10.
That's 4.5 hours before you start.
Yeah.
Just that is a whole day
Marathon.
in itself. Yeah.
Yeah. Getting there. And people give the New York City Marathon a lot of hate because it starts so late. Like, I was in the last wave.
What time did the first wave start?
I think the first wave starts at 9:30. It's 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30.
That is late.
It's late because it's logistically the most complicated marathon to run. They have to shut down so many streets. People have to get to Staten Island.
But wouldn't starting earlier help that a little bit? What's the difference? I mean, like, are people commuting from 7 to 8?
Because here's the thing. If people were starting at 7 a.m., they would have to leave at 2 a.m. And think about how many 10,000 plus people would have to be working at 2 a.m. to make this happen.
Yeah, but I got a lot of notes for New York City Marathon people. Like, how could I not get over First Ave? You know what I mean?
We'll get to Jake's struggles.
Okay, we'll get there. Somebody said this to me yesterday. This is really all I'm going to say. First Ave, you can't go from first to second, which you need to do to be able to get on the subway. So I had a little panic attack trying to get to Alana, which I'll tell you about later. But then why not, just like a stadium does, build a stair that goes over this? Build a little thing that goes over the runway.
That's super fair. I don't know why they don't do that.
It can't be, I mean, maybe there's some fear of it falling or something, but we're in 2025. There is like no way that can't be built.
You're totally right.
Right? A path that goes over the course.
Yeah.
No, hey, someone's up there policing it. No pictures from up here. Okay. No pictures from up here.
Right, like you have to keep moving.
Keep moving, whatever. You can make them on every crossing, and then you don't need crossing.
Totally. Like, think about when we were in Paris for our honeymoon right before the Olympics.
That is exactly what I said to somebody
100%.
yesterday. Was
You're
the
right.
Olympics.
Yeah.
You were able to go over these things and cross. I mean,
yeah.
For the marathon for one day.
Yeah, I wonder why they don't do that.
Set up 7 of them. That's all you have to do. How much does that cost us? Anyway, okay, continue.
So
it takes you 17 hours to get there.
Yeah, so I leave at 7:10. I get on the subway. The subway takes like 45 minutes. Oh, this was annoying. I mean, we got on a fully packed subway.
Yeah.
And like,
I'll get to mine too.
Not even with other runners, which is like fine. Like people are going to work, like people work on the weekends, like people are commuting and just doing their life. But like there were full, like every seat was taken with men who were not running the marathon in their like 30s, 40s, 50s. And I'm like, can you guys get up?
Did you say something?
And let us sit? No, of course not. Of course not. But like that was kind of crazy. Anyways, takes like 40 minutes to get downtown, and then we like wait 20 minutes to get let into the ferry hall because it was like filled up. Then we get into the ferry hall, then we wait another 20 minutes to get onto the ferry. Everyone boards the ferry, then the ferry takes like 30 minutes, then we get off the ferry. Then we have to wait like 20, 30 minutes to get on a bus. And then we have a 40-minute bus to the start village. Once we're already on Staten Island, we have to get on a 45-minute long bus.
Is there a world where you could have just taken an Uber in the morning?
It's so risky. It's and expensive. Like that there's so much transportation provided. Like I'm paying for the ferry and the bus, like in my like $250, $280 entry to the marathon, you know? So anyways, by the time I got there, it was like 10 o'clock. And so I thought I was going to be at the start village for like hours waiting. No, I got there at 10. I like walked over to like there were like 3 different start villages based on your bib color. I walked over to orange, like looked around for the therapy dogs, couldn't find them. Finally, like found a seat, and I pretty much just like laid there for like 25 minutes. Called you because something was wrong with my phone. Had you help me with that?
Yeah, another thing.
And
another thing I did, yeah.
And then they were like, okay, like wave 5, corrals are open. Go to the corral. And then I went. Yeah, it was a very well-oiled machine, I will say. Like, despite it taking so long, it was a lot of steps, but it was run very impressively.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, we were in the corral. There's a cannon that goes off, which is crazy. It's very surreal. It's like someone sings the national anthem.
Were there a lot of spectators at the beginning?
No,
or
there
is
are
it
no
just
spectators because
runners?
you get right onto the
So
bridge.
no spectators till after the bridge.
Yeah, no spectators until the 3rd mile. So it's very surreal. It's like any football game. It's like someone sings a national anthem, and then the cannon goes off, and then they
Like
play
any football game. Like any jet game. Just put my head in.
Oh,
Just put my head in front of that.
A very
cannon.
funny thing happened. You know how we like everyone has like their throwaway clothes. So I wondered this
Did everyone
before.
just have Jets throwaway clothes?
I
It's
did see
ridiculous.
Jets throwaway clothes on
Ridiculous.
the ferry. So you have to like bundle up because it's cold in the morning and you are gonna be commuting for 4 hours. It's really incredible. There are donation bins all over the start village, so everyone wears clothing and blankets and stuff that they're planning on donating, which is amazing. I mean, it's 70,000, 60,000, whatever people like are donating clothing, and it's just incredible that that's like the way it's set up, which I really appreciate. So the cannon goes off, they sing New York, New York, everyone's singing, and you start running. And I think I started like 2 or 3 minutes after the 11:30. And
Yeah, no, you definitely started like right on time.
yeah. So I start running the New York City Marathon, and I feel great. I was thriving, going over the Verrazano Bridge. I'm having fun. I feel good. My easy pace is like faster than I expected, but I was like, this feels easy, so I will run with it. I'm feeling great. This is my day. I get off the bridge and we enter into Brooklyn, and probably within 5 to 10 minutes, something shifts. And I don't know why. I still don't know why. But suddenly I was looking around and I'm like, I don't like this. And I started feeling like I was getting really hot. You know, I took off my ear warmers. I tried to fold my arm sleeves down, and I started to feel like I was overheating, and I was like, all right, like I'm just, getting a feel for things. And I'm looking around more and I'm like, I really don't want to be here. I in fact want to be anywhere but here. And a few minutes of this goes by and I decide like, okay, I need to like snap out of this. Let me call Vicky. So I call my coach Vicky, and she had told me during our call last week that like I can call her, text her during the marathon if I need. And so I was like, I don't really know why I'm calling her, but like I just need to talk to her. And so I call her and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm okay, but I this isn't fun. Like I really don't like this. I don't want to be doing this. Like I want to be anywhere but here doing anything but this, and I don't know why." And I kind of started crying, and not I kind of. I started crying, and at this point I was also starting to like have a hard time breathing, where like, okay, yeah, when you're crying it's harder to breathe, but I was like starting to struggle to breathe. And she, kind of gave me a pep talk and was like, "You've worked so hard for this. You've trained for this. It's going to go by. Like, focus on the mile you're in. Like, call me when you hit 5 miles. Call me when you hit 10 miles. Like, call me when you hit 15. Like, take it like a few miles at a time. Like, focus on where you are. Like, you're going to be great. Like, you got this." And I was like, okay. And I hung up. And then I think a few minutes later, I think I called you
Called me. Yeah.
and probably said the same thing of like, I don't
Same
like
thing, yeah.
this.
Yeah. I definitely thought it was just like a moment.
Yeah.
I remember I had just gotten to Brooklyn at the time, and I looked at and I was trying to get with John and Angie and your parents, and I saw a phone call from you, and I was like, "This got to be a butt dial or something. Why would she be calling me?" Because I didn't expect to hear from you, quite honestly, like
At all.
all day.
Yeah. Why would you?
Not text or call, and then
Right.
we ended up texting almost all. I probably texted with you more yesterday.
I mean, we like have like since like the first month we dated.
Yeah. Texted with you all day yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of just go through this for like 2.5 miles of like, I'm kind of crying. I'm kind of like struggling to breathe. I definitely feel like I'm overheating. I kind of like pass over into this other side that I technically wasn't supposed to be on, but like I was able to get there and there was more shade there. So I was like, okay, maybe like running in the shade will help me. Like maybe I'm just really overheating and I need like my body temperature needs to like regulate. I asked you if you could get me ice for when I saw you, which wasn't going to be for another few miles, but I was just, it was like this 2.5, 3 mile period of just, I just wanted to be anywhere else. And I was like, in this moment, I have no qualms about stopping. Like, I don't want to be doing this, but I know I'll be like happy when I finish. And it wasn't even like,
you were early too. So it's
Yeah.
not like you were like 3 miles away. You were
Right.
20 miles.
But I wasn't like, oh my God, I have to run another 20 miles. I was just like, I don't want to do any of this. And it just kept getting worse and worse where like I just started not being able to breathe. And like I was like gasping for air. And like I finally get to the 6th mile mark and I see a medical tent and I like fall into it. And I'm like, they're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I think I'm having a panic attack. And I am sobbing. I am gasping for air. They are, taking my blood pressure, checking my pulse, putting ice on me, putting a foil blanket around me.
It's almost interesting. I mean, what did they have to do to let you back out?
I did have to sign a form that I was saying I don't want to go to the hospital and don't want further medical care. I did have to do that. They took all my information.
Because it's dangerous, right? Like,
of course,
people do go to the hospital doing that. I'd be
absolutely.
I'd be curious for how many people went to the hospital yesterday.
I'm sure.
Again,
a lot.
it's like the side of the marathon that people don't see.
Yeah, I mean, even the half marathon I ran, people died. Like, this stuff happens.
Yeah.
So they really just focused on like trying to, distract me, help me like try and slow down my heart rate, try and like breathe regularly. I think that like the doctor and the EMT that were mainly helping me, there were probably like 5 people helping me, but like the main 2 that were like talking to me, they were like trying to like just tell me stories and like talk to me about anything to, refocus my brain. And about 10 minutes into them doing this, one of them goes, "I adopted a dog yesterday." And I'm like, now you have my attention. You should have started with this. Tell me everything. And like, then I told them about Barkley and I was like, I have to make it. Like, he's going to be at mile like 17 and a half waiting for me. Like, I showed them the posters. And yeah, I mean, they like asked if I wanted to go to the hospital. They like asked if I was going to stop. And throughout all of this, I never, as much as I like wanted to stop and like wanted to just go home, I was like, I never actually thought about doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it was never really an
When
option.
you were in the medical tent, I thought it was a chance.
For sure. So fair.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just like knew that I was
going
going
into
to
the
do
day,
it.
I thought no chance for sure. So.
Yeah. You know, I did see somebody, a coach I follow, posted the night before of like, just know that like something will go wrong and multiple things might go wrong.
Yeah.
And it's
Look
like
at your sleeve. It says you could be doing anything else.
yeah.
You're like, I freaking
I literally
wish.
picked that guy out. I customized the sweatshirt and I picked out a little Apple guy who's holding a sign that says you could be doing anything else. But this coach, Amanda Katz, her post was like, things will go wrong. And the marathon is like a culmination of like a million decisions of how you react to those things that go wrong. And so I was just like, okay, like this is going very wrong. But after a while, like I wasn't 100% by any means, but I was like breathing again. And I was like, I think I'm going to start walking. And they were like, there are medical tents at every mile from here. Like, stop whenever you need. And I was like, yep, I will. And I got back out there and I just kept moving forward. It was definitely harder going back out 20 minutes later because I was now in a group of slower runners. And listen, like I'm in wave 5, like I'm in the 20% of slower runners of the marathon. I'm not saying like they're slow, but they were slower than the pace that I was intending to go. And so it's like to make forward progress, it's a lot of like bobbing and weaving, which is how I ended up running 27 miles instead of 26.2. And so that was frustrating to like get back out there and be like, okay, now I kind of have to like dodge people and like navigate around this to move forward. But I also was just like, okay, whatever. Like in the beginning, I had hoped that, you know, I didn't really care about my time, but I was like, I would be extra proud if I finished in under 5 hours. Mm-hmm. You know, it'd be super cool for my time to start with 4. But also, if that doesn't happen, I literally don't care and nobody else cares. And so it was kind of just like a secondary goal. Like, what was my goal time? Finish, you know? But like in the back of my mind, I'm like, it'd be cool if I ran in under 5 hours. And so once this happened, I will say like it let go any desire to like try and run fast or like try and hit a certain time. And so I definitely like I walked a lot. I walked almost every mile for a bit. I went slow. I kind of just went like took it 1 mile at a time, like and went forward. I finally okay, so as I'm in the tent, you start coming towards me. You're 2 miles later than me, and you start coming towards me.
Yeah, I was at mile like 8, and I guess you must have been at mile 6 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get, I mean, I can tell, should I tell like my side as we go?
Yeah.
Okay, so
this is a long episode. So buckle up.
let me start back from my beginning of the day, then I'll meet you where we meet each other. I did not wake up so early. I got to wake up, walk Barkley, have breakfast, I think bought like cookies for when we got back last night. And just kind of like relaxed, quite honestly. And I was just planning out the day of when I was going to go, where I was going to go. And my day, I was going to go take the 4-5, meet your parents and whoever else wanted to come at mile 8. And so I waited till pretty much when you started at 11:30, that was my time to leave. I was like more than an hour to get there, essentially. It gave plenty of wiggle room for what I thought was a 40-minute trip at most, essentially. Get there 20 minutes early, and then realistically, you wouldn't have been there till 12:15, 12. I mean, till I don't know, 12:45 anyway.
Yeah.
So I give myself a ton of wiggle room. So I go outside, and the race is right by our apartment. Like it is right next to us on First Ave. And I go there, and I'm trying to cross so I can get to the 4-5 or the queue, and there's just no getting through. Somebody goes, yeah, I've been sitting here for 45 minutes. They've not let one person pass because the race is full on going at this point. At 11:30, the people that started at 9:30, they're all here, right? Like, and the first people are probably past this at this point. So it is waves of people. There's no gaps in it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to pass this.
And these are the more, if anything, the more serious runners, like chasing PRs, trying to qualify for Boston.
They were not letting people pass this.
Yeah.
And so I have a bag for Alana too, which, you know, I felt was really important for mile 8, 16, whatever. I had a bunch of stuff for you throughout the way. So I was like, I got to get to mile 8. You know, your parents start calling me saying like, where am I? And how are they going to get there? And whatever. And, you know, your mom was just trying to be nice. And she was like, we don't have to come to I was like, I know I have to get there because I have her stuff. I got to get there. So I got these Barkley posters. I have the bag on me. And I'm trying to figure out a way to go there. A lot of people were in the same boat, not surprisingly. So they were taking the bus down to 59th. And then they were going to cross over and get in the subway. A whole to-do that I was not about to do. So I just took a taxi. I saw a taxi. I was like, let's just fucking do it. Whatever. $50, whatever. Taxi, 10 minutes there. Like the fastest taxi from Upper East Side to Brooklyn. Mostly because nobody else on the roads during Marathon Sunday, and we're on the other side of the street. Yeah. So it was perfect. It was a bit expensive.
That's true. The majority, like 90% of Manhattan, well, I guess downtown, but like, yeah.
No one's driving.
No one's going anywhere.
No one's coming into the city on Marathon Sunday. There's no traffic on the highway. It was super easy. So I get down there really early now, right? So now I probably got down there at 12. Meet up with John and Angie. We have plenty of time. We're tracking you. We're like, we got 40 minutes maybe. Your parents on their way down. We go get a cup of coffee and just to hang out and wait for you. You called me in the middle of that when I was looking for John and Angie. You know, I didn't think much of it. I was like, she'll get back on and she'll go and it'll be fine. Like it's the whole purpose of this. Then you text me that you're going to the medical tent and you know, your parents are calling me trying to meet up and I'm with John and Angie. And I was like, you guys just meet up together. Let me go to Alana. So I started running down there. And if you're a listener to this, you know that I'm also injured myself.
Jake is getting surgery tomorrow.
I'm getting surgery tomorrow.
AKA yesterday from when this episode comes out.
Yeah. And I don't think I've run like more than 4 miles an hour in 6 months at this point. Like I have been off the workout train, unfortunately. So anyway, I'm trying to get to you. And it's super crowded, obviously. So I went past an avenue. So it was like an open street. I'm just running. And I'm just like I'm running the marathon. I'm like, just go 1 block at a time, Jake. Do 10 blocks. You could do 10 blocks. And we're texting in between it. We're calling a little bit in between it. I don't know. I ran a lot of blocks, it felt like. And eventually you were like, I'm leaving the tent. And I was like, okay, I'm going to still come to you. I'll meet you and we'll walk together, run together, whatever you want to do. And so I met you, I don't know, probably mile
like 7 and change. Yeah.
And so from there, we actually got to run together.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So I got it was
perks of being in the last wave. Like they're not strict. Like if you were in wave 1 trying to like jump in with a friend, you would have been kicked out immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. This part of Brooklyn, the streets are just open. People are drinking. They are walking through. They're high-fiving you. Like it's so different than First Ave, I would say.
Yeah, there were no barricades.
There are no barriers there, no barricades. Totally. So I just like hopped in with you. We walked a little bit, and then we ran most of it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You went to the bathroom once. People were giving me high fives. I thought, oh, this is what I want. So I thought it was funny. So Alana obviously had done a lot of prep for the marathon, and she put her name on her outfit. And so we keep running by people, and I thought they were saying, go runners, because people are just cheering the whole time. And I was like, I think they're saying go runners, but it sounds like they're saying go Alana. And Alana's like, no, they are saying go Alana. I put this on.
He's like, how do they know your name? I'm like, why do you think I put my name on my shirt?
I had no idea that's why people did. Like,
why did you think I was doing it?
How do people clock that so fast? They're like, go Alana. Allie was really good at cheering people on in that way.
What did you think I was putting my name on my shirt
Everyone's
for?
like, go out, Ralph. You're doing great. Barkley, you're doing great. Alana, keep it up. Keep moving. But like, so I think you'll talk about this at some point. It does get a little confusing because you want to know the people that are calling out your name, being like, Alana, 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 Alana.
I really
as
struggled with that on First Avenue.
As your friends or family or people that are out there to see you, not just like the random person. Very nice of everybody to do it, but
I heard
that was interesting. I thought that was interesting to me.
I heard
both
mixed
sides
things
of it.
about putting your name on your shirt for that reason. At the end of the day, I would do it 100 times over. It helped so much having people cheer me on when I was struggling. Yes, was it a little bit harder to identify where my friends and family were when I was looking for them and waiting for them to also find me and other people were cheering for me?
Yeah.
Sure, it was a little
It was
inconvenient.
probably a little easier because you were walking.
Well,
You
yes.
walked more and you had your phone on you more.
100%, yes.
If someone was just straight up running, I
It's
can understand why
impossible.
they would miss people.
But also, if you're straight up running and like shooting for a time, like you're not caring as much. You're like, it's on my people to find me. Like, I'm not looking for them.
Yeah, that's tough as a spectator. I mean,
It's a lot of pressure.
you really-
Spectating is a sport.
you really get both of this, the runner and the spectator.
Spectating is a sport. I mean, shout out to the spectators, truly. But yeah, I could not recommend it more highly, especially for your first marathon. Like, put your name on your shirt. It helps so much. And I mean, even in the later miles when I was like really fighting, like at any time, one thing that I kind of caught on to was like when the more I was struggling, the more I would go to the outsides closer to the crowd so that people could cheer me on. And people can see when you're struggling and they know when you need to pick me up. And like, thank you to the 1,000 people who yelled my name. It really, really moved me forward. I also want to mention like a few other things that helped when in the miles like 3 to 6 when I was like, I don't want to continue this. And when I was at the medical tent, like not questioning what to do, but like, kind of giving myself like, I had purpose to get back out there. 2 things that really, really helped. One, I used this app Rally and I had sent it. Basically, you send a link to people, friends, family, whoever, and there's 26 miles of the marathon.
Yeah, this is so cool.
And there are 26 slots for 60-second voice notes. And so I had sent it out to friends and family beforehand and said, pick a mile, record a voice note for me, and I will hear that voice note play when I get to that mile marker. And the app syncs with Spotify or whatever music you're using and your headphones, and it'll automatically.
Are you able to get those now still?
Yeah.
Ooh, you should make like a little mashup of it.
Obviously. Duh, you're catching on. So it automatically plays it. Like when I get to mile 3, I get to hear the voice note from mile 3. When I get to mile 10, I get to hear the voice note from mile 10. I don't know who's at what mile. I just know the people I sent it to. And so, I'm at mile 3 and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I'm like, but if I don't do this anymore, then I'm not going to hear the voice notes. And like, it'd be super like sad to listen to them like afterwards. And when I like decide to stop running, like I wouldn't like earn listening to them. Like I need to keep going because I need to hear these voice notes. So
no, that's definitely a cool thing.
After the marathon, one of the first things I did was I went to the App Store and I gave Rally a 5-star rating and wrote a review. Thank you to the inventors of this app. Truly like one of the best things I did. The other thing was just knowing, like, I never realized being on the other side of it, like how much it means to the runner for you to be out there and, ahead of time saying, I'm going to be at mile 12. I'm going to be at mile 18. Like, I just knew, I was like, there are so many people I can't wait to see. And I have people in all different spots and like, I just want to get to them. And it really gave me a reason to keep going, knowing where you were going to be, where, friends I rarely see are going to be, family, like just knowing that people were there throughout the course for me, it made a world of a difference. And I really had no idea how much weight it held until I was in it. So that, again, like things I'm so grateful for that. And I can't imagine doing that. Like, I think about all the people, like so many people must have come here like on their own from other places and maybe with like one friend or family member or nobody to support them. Like, God bless those people. Like, I don't know how I could never imagine doing this in anywhere else.
Yeah.
Anywhere else. Like New York City is a place I've lived here for 10 years. The majority of my friends are here. I mean, I do have a couple of my closest friends aren't here. But they supported me so much, from afar. But like, this is my place, and to struggle this much in my place, I don't know what I would have walked off the course if I was anywhere else, 100%.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
yeah,
no, I was thinking about that too. I mean, I think it would help me a lot if I was running. Not that I ever would do it.
I mean, I didn't think I would.
Knowing that to get to like, I'm at mile 6, I know this person's at mile 8, and now they're tracking me.
Yeah,
I would try to move fast.
yeah,
I think, that's always been a good thing for me when I work out or run. Is I like having the like carrot dangled in front of you, saying, "Go 1 more mile as fast as you can." Okay, you did it. Go 1 more mile as fast as you can. Okay, you did. Keep going. I don't know. I like that. So I thought about it for you when it's like, okay, you have somebody at mile 14, mile 15, mile 6. You don't want to just like walk by them. You're like, let me get back into running.
right,
So I'm like running again.
right. Well, that was the thing. Like when I was at the medical tent for 20 minutes, I'm like, shit. Like I told people, like I plan to be at this
Oh
mile
yeah, this is a big
in
big
in
thing
this
for me too.
window of time. And so I was like, oh God, first of all, like the tracker, everyone's going to think I like stopped or that it's
I mean,
broken
they
or
certainly
something.
did.
And I had so many people texting me, like being like, where, like, I'm here. I'm already at like mile 12, like waiting for you. And I'm like, I'm stopped at mile 6.
Yeah.
And you think I'm going to be there in like 20 minutes. And I am not at least an hour away.
Yeah.
And so
I mean,
that's,
it's definitely not like your
yeah.
job to respond to that in that
no,
moment either.
but that's
That's when they should reach out to me,
for sure.
which most people
But
do.
also, so that's why I decided to post on my story that I was in the medical tent. I posted that right after because I wanted people to know, like, even because also people who like were coming out for me who, weren't directly in communication with me in the moment. Like there were a lot of people like that too. So I wanted people to know, like, I am moving. I will get there, just like a lot later. I mean, I had friends waiting for over an hour and a half, like, because from when they thought I was going to be in a certain place. So again, gratitude. Thank you guys for waiting.
Yeah, I mean, this is like funny because it's my perspective is like the significant other or the person running the marathon, and it's like, okay, what do you have to do to coordinate the other people that are watching? Because I'm keeping them up to speed too. Of okay, you're in the medical tent. Okay, you're walking. Okay, I just ran with her. She's on mile 8. Probably going to be here at this time still, like going slower than you expect.
Right.
So like this is what's happening.
It's a lot of work.
You know,
The life of a showgirl.
yeah, and then I'm bopping around a little bit
Yeah.
as well. So, and I'm getting random texts from people being like, "Where is she? Is she okay?"
Yeah.
And this, that. So,
So-
I mean, there's definitely some work on the other side too.
Yeah. And then I was in the position where like I was walking a lot. So I did take matters into my own hands and I was texting people.
Yeah, you were. I could not believe how much you were texting.
I mean, I was walking. Like it gave me purpose for when I was walking. It's like, I just,
keeps you busy, keeps you moving.
I really like, I
Yeah,
was like, I'm
pull
just,
out Netflix, start watching Suits. Go
I
watch the whole
should have
season
done
of Suits.
that. You're so right. Next time. Just kidding. I was like, yeah, like I'm walking, I'm taking this easy. Like I will run when I feel like I can run. I will walk when I want to walk. So anyways, I kept moving forward. I mean, it really like when I did see friends and family at that point, like I stopped. I talked to them. I
All
hugged
right. So,
them. I took
what
pictures with
what
them.
happened? So me and you run together from mile, let's say 7 to 8. We run a mile together.
I didn't run a full mile, Jake.
We see. I ran a full mile. We see your parents, John and Angie, and then I leave you. So what happened from that time until I see you again, and then I'll tell my side of what happened from
Okay.
when I saw you to the next. We'll
For
both
sure.
Say that.
So what was your question?
What happened from the
I
time you
saw
me at mile 8 till then?
you, John and Angie, my parents. Yep. Then about half a mile later, I saw Sophia and Jason. Stopped and talked to them for a minute. Continued on. Then I saw Alexa. Then I saw Madison and Will.
Okay, I think you missed Kerwin, but
I think Kerwin was I don't know where Kerwin was. Okay. Well, so Kerwin, actually, I was running and I was looking for her for a while. This was hard because like I don't live in Brooklyn. I'm not exactly like
when people were saying the street names,
yeah,
of
I
what
don't
it was,
know
I was
where
like,
one
dude, I
street
don't
is
know what
versus
you're
the
talking
next.
about.
That was very hard. And so
Everyone
I'm trying
kept
to
saying
keep
they're on
track.
Lafayette. I was like, I don't know where the fuck that is.
At one point, I thought Alexa said she was going to be on like 3rd Street. And so I'm like looking at 3rd Street and I get to 2nd, and I call her. I'm like, I think I missed you. Like, I just walked all of 3rd. I was looking for you. I couldn't find you. And she's like, oh, you're at 2nd? No, you're on South. I'm at North 3rd. Like, you got to keep going. Like, I'm in a few minutes. I'm like, I don't know. So looking for people was very hard. So yeah, I'm running. I'm looking for Kerwin, and like, she's someone I like obviously need to see. And I get a text from her saying like, oh my God, I somehow missed you. And I look at her location, and I'm somehow like 5-6 blocks past her at this point. And she's like, I'm running, I'm coming. And I'm like, okay, like I'll slow down. And then I'm like, you know what? Like, whatever. And then he just walked off the course, walked onto the sidewalk, and started going in the wrong direction. I was like, whatever. Like, at this point, I may as well enjoy the people that are here to see me, who I love, who I want to see. Like, let me have these moments with them. Like, that is what matters at this point. And so, like, we had this, like, amazing, beautiful hug. And, like, it was just, like, so amazing to like have that time with her. And then like she walked in the right direction with me for a bit, and like those were like the things I will take away from this, were like those moments with family and friends. So after that I continued on, eventually made it into Long Island City, saw some amazing people there. I saw Dina, I saw Colin and Fatima. And then I paused to see at Colin and Fatima, and there were porta potties, and I was like, ugh, I kind of have to pee. And I was like, I may as well, like before I get on the bridge. And then First Avenue, like I'm not going to stop to pee on First Avenue. So I go into a porta potty, and it was disgusting. So I'm like, I'm not going in that one. So I go into another porta potty, and it was even worse than the first. I'm like, I'm not going in that one either. And I go into another porta potty, and it was like a lot better than the first two. And I like close the door, I lock it. And I kind of just like spin around, and I'm like, I can't do this. And I walk out, and I go to Colin. I'm like, it's not happening. He's like, do you want to like go up to my apartment? Like, this is my building. And I'm like, kind of. No. Like, if I go up, I'm not coming back down.
So funny.
So I continue on. Fast forward, I didn't pee for probably 7 hours after that until I got home. But then I went Queensboro Bridge, which like, here's the thing about, the mindset I had of just like forward is a pace. Like I kept saying to Jake, like, at this, but whatever, I have till like 10 o'clock. Like I'll get to the finish line eventually.
I was hoping you'd finish a little bit earlier.
I did.
Yeah.
But so like the people always talk about how hard the Queensboro Bridge is. Like there are a few like very hard parts of the marathon, and the Queensboro Bridge is allegedly one of the hardest. And like I had done the bridge so many times, I trained the bridge, like I was not worried about the bridge. And I get on the bridge, and again, going back to like the pace of the group that I was now in being like a lot slower than, the pace I planned to run. There were so many people around me at all times were walking. And then we're on the Queensboro Bridge. The whole first like mile is uphill. And I look around at one point, and there was not a single person near me that was running. And that was very hard. It is so hard to run when nobody near you is running. And at that point, it's just like, well, I may as well walk too. It's like, it's a domino effect, I tried to run. I definitely ran like half of it probably. And then I got to the flat part, and I kind of ran down, but I was also like preparing myself for First Avenue, because everyone's like, First Avenue, it's like a wall of noise. Like it's the craziest crowds you'll ever experience. So I'm like, okay, like I want to start moving, and like, but I really want to run through all of First Avenue. Like if there's a part of this race for me to run, it's First Avenue. And so I get down, my parents were sort of like by the exit, and it was great. I saw them. I saw they had a big Barkley, so I spotted them so
Barkley
easily.
Signs helped a ton.
Amazing. And from there, I started going up First Avenue. It did not feel like the wall of sound that people talked up to me for the last 6 months.
Yeah, you might have just been an hour or two late.
I was, and that was really disappointing.
Yeah.
Like there were blocks of First Avenue that had very few to no spectators. And that was really that was a big letdown for me.
The park was pumped though.
The park was amazing.
And we'll get there later.
The park was amazing. But listen.
And in first half where I was packed.
Yes, there were some parts that were very thick with like amazing crowds. It wasn't what was sold to me. But it was still like
the marathon
so
is hyped up maybe too much, it sounds like. Maybe people should relax a little bit.
People need to listen to this. This is the
it really
the real Wave 5 marathon experience.
And for a partner as well.
And the real spectator marathon experience, yes. But all that to say, like, First Avenue also was amazing. I saw so many people. I felt like a celebrity. I mean, left and right, people were cheering my name, and it was people I knew. Whether it was like best friends or friends who I see like every few months, or people I've done workout classes with, or people I've run with, or people who listen to the podcast. Like, I felt so loved on First Avenue, and I will always remember that. And it was so special. And then at a certain point, I saw Allie, Liza, and Christina that had signs for me. Oh my God, Glenn. Okay, so Glenn is a former Seeing Other People guest and has become a friend over the years. And like, Glenn had a sign for me. And that was just, I was not expecting that. And like, I'm running and all of a sudden I see a sign that says Alana and I'm like, me? And then I see it's Glenn and I'm like, oh my God, that's for me. Like, oh, that was like, that was just like, there are no words. It just.
You're going to be funny next year when you're going
I'm going to make 100 signs next year.
Yeah, I
know. For everyone I've ever met.
Yeah, you're going to do the most next year as a spectator.
I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Yeah.
So I see Christina, Allie, Liza.
Allie was with us, but it's okay.
I see Christina, Liza. Was it just Christina and Liza?
Yeah, it was just them too.
I see Christina and Liza. And Liza came in from Stanford. So as I'm passing them, and like, I mean, incredible that she came in from Stanford. And I'm passing them and I like wave and I run past them and then I'm like, just kidding. As if I wasn't going to stop to like hug them and talk to them.
That's funny.
So then I run from them to you guys. So it was you, Jamie, and Allie, and Barkley.
Barkley made his
Which
appearance.
was so special. And it was funny because I was there for like 5 minutes. And there was these like people with like a megaphone like 5-10 feet away.
Oh yeah, that guy was rude.
At a certain point, he's like, "Alana, you're still here? Like, you gotta go." And I'm like, "I don't want to." He's like, "You gotta keep moving."
Yeah, that was a bit ridiculous.
It was like fair. It was true. That was an almost 18-minute mile because I just stopped. And then after that, I kept going, and I had.
So I want to tell my part of getting there too.
Okay, go for it.
You go.
You're right. I go, then you go, then I go, then you go.
Yeah, we go.
Don't worry, guys. There's only 35 minutes left on the memory card, so we do have a hard out in 35.
We went from how we both got to our first spots, how we woke up at our morning. Went from mile 0 to mile 8 together. You went from mile 8 to 16. Now I'm gonna go from my mile 8 to 16. Okay. So I left you at mile 8. And you were on your way and you're like, I'm going to like walk most of it, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going back with your parents and we get in the 4, 5, 6. So for the commuters, this was tough because I knew if I went back up in the middle, I wouldn't be able to get across First Ave to go back to Barkley because I still need to get Barkley for this and walk him.
We have to pause because I'm missing people that I saw. And
go for it. You got him.
Emily Cremens. Oh, such a treat seeing you. Carly Goldstein, amazing to see you. I will keep thinking. Also, the first person I saw was Hannah Friedland. Hannah, if you're listening to this, like, I did not know you were going to be there. And that, like, seeing someone there that, like, I haven't talked to Hannah in, like, years. I haven't seen her in years. And, like, she ran it last year. And so, like, seeing her, like, jump up and down, like, yelling my name as the first person I'm seeing, like, unexpected, when I'm, like, dying, was just, like, it meant so much. And then Alex and Kevin were there. Also, our old neighbors from our building texted me and were like, "Wait, we saw you when you were with your friends." They were on the other side. They had the dog Skylar. They took pictures of me like with you guys, being like, "I thought you'd want to remember this moment of just like being with the people who love you." Like we like realized that was you. Like, oh. Shout Bradford, my favorite Rumble instructor, who called me from the airport in Mexico City because he knew I was having a tough time and wanted to check in. Okay, continue.
Alana is like crying now.
I'm surprised it took this long.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm trying to get back to our apartment, which I'd have to cross over First Ave. So I went back with your parents. I knew they were getting off at 59th. I knew I can cross over there. And I knew you were moving really slow. So I was like, let me get off with your parents. I will cross over there. And then I'll just walk up to our apartment or take the bus or something. So we get out. The signs proved their worth again because your dad got lost and he was just holding a sign of Barkley in the middle of the road. And we're like, Chuck. And he's just like this with the sign. Eventually got him back into it. Left your parents so they can say hi to you at Trader Joe's area right over the bridge. I started walking home to Barkley. I'm thinking I got like some serious time here because I'm going to come home, walk Barkley, take him downstairs, whatever, like go to the bathroom, sit down for a second myself. And it takes a while to walk back up, unsurprisingly, from 59 to the 80s. So I walk up here, and you're like kind of getting across the bridge, and I'm like, God damn it, I don't have as much time as I thought. And you start moving at this point too. I'm like, okay, she's about to see her parents. She's about to see Liza and Christina. Like
Skylar, Kyle, and Rory.
She's gonna start running past people, which means she's gonna start running again because she's not gonna want to be walking as she goes by these people. She's gonna move a little faster. So I grab Barkley, and then we come downstairs. The train was, by the way, super packed. So any spectators are taking the trains, obviously was not surprising that everyone was going from mile 8 back to First Ave. And it also went local as soon as we hit Manhattan, which added like 10 stops. It was really rough for no one too. No one got in or out on any of the local stops.
So true.
Like it was for no, there was no purpose of it. Anyway,
it should be City, like a bus where you hit the stop requested button if you want to stop.
Yeah. So anyway, I get Barkley, bring him down to you, meet up with Jamie, and Allie. We see you. That was fun. Barkley got to see you. You go past. We are then on our way to 24th. And I'll let you go. I don't know. Do you have anything from 16 to 24?
Yeah.
Okay, then from me
I
to 16
do.
to 24.
I most certainly do. Okay, so I leave you guys, and the next person that I knew I was going to see was Nina. And Nina told me, I thought she said she was on 91st. So like I get there and I'm like really looking and I don't see her. And then I check again and she said 95th. And she actually texted me and was like, I somehow missed you. Like, I don't know how. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, I'm only here. I'll be there in 5 minutes. And so I see her, which having somebody in the 90s helped too, because what a lot of people get wrong about First Avenue is like, they don't realize like you're running from 59th Street to like 130th and then you're crossing a bridge. Like it's a long stretch. And so to have somebody like after the 80s, like in the 90s to look forward to as a distraction, like that was helpful. Cause then after that, it's like 30 blocks.
I even just said that. I was like, I wonder if those are like the dog days of the run.
100%. The crowds thin out like after like the Manhattan First Avenue when you get into Harlem. Like there are still some pockets where people were cheering, but I definitely was like, this is because like, you know, like people left. Like you could tell that people left, and that was
something
sad.
else we didn't talk about. It's a mess out there too.
Oh yeah, I mean, how clean it was today is crazy.
Yeah, people like give out cups while we were running together, and people just throw them directly on the floor.
Well, they have volunteers cleaning that the whole time, but yeah,
we were running on top of cups.
100%, but like, yeah, you're running on top of cups and gels and clothes and all the things.
Crazy.
100%.
Yeah.
So I get into basically what Jake had to give me at mile 8 was a bag that had my Meta Oakley Meta AI glasses. I ran the first 8 miles with my headphones and my like normal running glasses. And I really wanted to have my Meta AI Oakley glasses, which like they take pictures and video. So you're really getting like my perspective of what I see. And I really wanted to have those for First Avenue because I wanted to film like a time lapse of First Avenue. I wanted to film that. Yeah. So I also was using those as my headphones. I got them a week ago. I'm new to them, but I knew like I need to film on these Oakleys. Like I need that POV of like running up First Ave. And so I basically spent all of First Avenue, my glasses were filming. And I had from, mile 8 to 17 when I got to First Avenue of like listening to using my glasses for music and taking pictures, and they were amazing. And then I spent 35 minutes straight filming. And so I leave Nina, and like 2 minutes later I get to like 98th or like 100th Street or something, and my glasses die. And I had just given my parents at 59th Street my headphones because I realized, oh, I have these on my neck. I don't need these anymore because I have my music for my glasses. And so suddenly I'm headphoneless and I'm essentially crowdless and supporterless. And I'm like, this is brutal. And the worst part of all, I don't get to hear my voice notes because I can't listen to them.
Yeah.
And so I basically held my phone like and tried to play music holding my phone because then the voice notes would still play. But it was hard. It was hard to hear. It was hard, and it wasn't ideal to be like holding my phone. So the next few miles were just tough. I mean, I walked when I could, I ran when I could, and I just kept, again, like forward was a pace, and I just kept going forward. I had no doubt at this point that I was going to finish. Like, my leg was in a little pain. I stopped at another medical tent just to quickly get some Tylenol at one point, and it helped. I'm glad I did that. But yeah, it was hard. I knew I was going to finish. There were some points where like it would get a little harder to breathe, or like I would kind of just like start randomly crying again. But I was just like, I'm fighting through, like I'm going. And then I was really excited for mile 22. At one point someone came up to me and was like, I love your content. Like, I've been following your journey. So like that was cool to be running next to someone like that. And then at mile 22, I saw Coach Bennett, which I talked about Coach Bennett on my running journey episode. And he is the Nike running head coach. And he just does these guided runs. And, it's like how I started getting into running was just like listening to him, coach me through runs. And so to be able to see him was like so just motivational and like gave me a boost. And then it had to have been between mile 22 and mile 23 where I saw a sign, and I probably saw 20,000 signs yesterday, and I will never forget this sign. And I think my biggest advice to anybody who ran the marathon this week, or any marathon ever, is remember the sign that impacted you the most and write it down in a note in your phone. And anytime you go spectate a marathon in the future, or cheer someone on, or just show up for 20 minutes, write that down on a sign.
What was the sign?
And give that to other people. The sign, it was this girl on Runner's Right had it, and it said, "This is what believing in yourself looks like." And I saw that and I just started bawling. And no sign had that effect on me. I don't know if it was the sign, the moment, like, I don't know, but like, this is what believing in yourself looks like. It hit me so hard. And I just looked at her and I just started sobbing, and I like pointed and I like nodded. So thank you to whoever made that sign. I will be on the sidelines of the New York City Marathon every year with a sign that says that, because of you.
You really will be for like 60 years.
Yeah.
You're going to be like 80 years old. You're going to be like, I remember this sign when I was running the marathon.
No, he's not joking.
He's like 100%. This is exactly who you're going to be for like that, just to find your life. So whoever made that sign.
Literally. So if guys, anyone who ran, like, write down the sign that stuck with you and make that sign for someone else, because we all need it. From there, I got to finally see Vicky, my coach. And it was really, really special. She ran with me for a bit. She had confetti for me, which was fun because I saw it is like hard. You see other people with full on cheering squads of everybody in matching shirts, everybody with posters. Like, no matter how supportive your people are, like, you'll always like feel jealous of other people's things. And like, I like so many people had confetti for them throughout the course. And like, I was like, oh, like I don't get confetti. And then Vicky was there with confetti and it felt special. Like everything just feels special.
I didn't know.
I didn't know either. Like I didn't expect you to have confetti. You didn't need to have confetti.
I really haven't been like a big spectator. The most I've known about it is just like Frank doing it for Tosh.
Yeah. But
I think he just like biked around and like gave her the stuff that she needed. Like I don't think he was going around with confetti either.
I wasn't, and neither were you. Like
it's almost like we're like the pit stop, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And that's what I needed from you. And like, I don't think most people get confetti, and it's not like I needed confetti, but it was just like, again, like it, not expecting it and then having that. It was
significant other is more practical. It's like, what do you need?
You don't have to justify yourself. You did everything. But Vicky had confetti and just like gave me the best pep talk. And from there, I had mile 23, which is objectively, or it's supposed to be the hardest part. It's Fifth Avenue, which is all uphill, and it's an uphill mile at mile 23, and you're like dying by then. But it didn't really bother me. I don't know if it's because everything else just fazed me so much, or because I was just like, it's all gone to shit.
Almost nothing you heard about the marathon did you find true?
Correct.
Did you find anything true?
Yes, that things will go wrong. That things will go wrong, and it's how you react to them. So I was just like, all right, I'm up Fifth Ave. Like I don't have headphones. Like it is what it is. I'm almost at the park, and then I'll see people again. So I enter Central Park, and at this point, like this was my territory. Like this is where I did the majority of my training runs, and I was there the day before, and like I knew like I was home free at that point. And so I get into the park, and I saw you and Allie and Christina
and Jamie.
I saw you, Allie, Christina, and Jamie. And I like at that point I was just like, all right, like I'm almost there.
And this was hard for us because most of it, I think only Allie had service at this point.
Yeah.
Like the service was really rough for us.
And I didn't expect Allie to be going to the park because Allie had to get home to Westchester. And
oh my God, she was like the most. Two quick stories. One, yeah, she goes, Alana just texted me, should I hurry up because you need to go home? Like,
I didn't expect her to be going to the park. And so she was like, oh, I'm at mile 23, like waiting, or 24 waiting for you. And I'm like, what time, what training do you got to get on? Like, you got to get home.
Alana's like, I'll run if it means you need to get home a little bit earlier, or like catch the train.
Any reason to actually like move forward.
I was like, yeah, tell her you need to fucking go. Like, it's been a long day. Let's go.
She could have said, yeah, like I can only stay for 15 minutes. Like, I hope I can see you. And I would have, like, she was like, oh my God, Alana, stop. Like, no train, all trains. Yeah. But like, it was a genuine like concern of mine.
Yeah. Wait. So I will say on our way over there, we had to cross First Ave again, which was impossible because we don't build the Olympic stairs. But anyway, so we go, and there's this line. And when I tell you there are 300 people in this line trying to cross First Ave, and they let like 10 people out at a time every 10 minutes or so. It's like a solid hour wait. And Jamie was like, I'm not waiting this line. I'm going to grab my baby. We're going to use Eden to like get us through. And it's like 5 of us, right? So like we go up to the front of the line. Some other people are up there too, and like clearly, you know, trying to get through. And they just open it, and some people start like cutting. And this guy in the back is like, oh my God, that person's cutting. Not talking about us, but talking about somebody else. And then like this whole thing, the cops really don't care. They're like, whatever, man. We're just trying to get through too. And so we just join in with those people that were cutting the line. We get right through. It took like 5 seconds. I definitely felt bad. It was something that like you wouldn't have done. New Krug didn't feel good about it. I didn't feel good about it. Like, we're like, I don't really like this. I'm like, I would have went down to 59th and just crossed over there and then gone back up. It's all right. Anyway, we got through, and then we walked over together.
Thanks, James.
Got in the park. No, seriously, she crushed it. And then we got through, and we waited for you over there, and then you came. Your mom was trying to reach me. I couldn't answer my phone because it just wasn't working. And, you were close to us at this point. Your mom was like, where are you? Like, it's not like, how do I find you? Just raise up like your flashlight on your phone. I was like, that's not going to, you're solid far away from me. She'll find you. I was like, just text her.
Yeah, she told me exactly where she was. And I was,
Yeah.
because at this point I was desperate for my headphones.
Yeah.
I wanted them so bad. I had no music. I wanted them so badly.
So we saw you, your mom saw you, and then me
Yes.
and Christina easily crossed over to the other side. And that was pretty much the end of the race for us. We tried to find you at the finish line. Almost impossible.
Yeah.
I don't think you're actually able to.
I think if anything, you would have had to come from lower down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I passed you guys. I passed my mom. I get my headphones. And then I'm at mile 24. And I have 2 miles left. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't really run this thing since the first 2 miles. Like, I have gas in the tank. I would like to feel like I ran the marathon or part of it. And so I just took off. And I was running like a girl.
And that's how she broke the record at the marathon.
I was running like a girl who runs.
I
was running like a girl who runs.
If anyone made it to an hour
17.
and 17 minutes here, this podcast, to really
plus ads, so probably like an hour 30 at this point.
You pretty much just ran the next year.
Congratulations.
When you run the marathon, you could just listen to this episode and be just twice or 3 times. You'll be done with the marathon. There you go. You pretty much just ran the marathon with Alana right now. You could have done a podcast as you walked. You could have just been talking into something. I'm doing a live podcast as I run the marathon.
Well, then I would have taken like 2 more hours because the more you talk, it's hard.
No,
it's hard. Mind you, I couldn't talk for part of it because I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I started running and like I queued up like the 10 songs I was gonna listen to since I finally had music back. I was like, this is gonna be like the pump up of all pump up, queued up. And I picked like my favorite songs for my running playlist and I started running and I was having a great time. Like finally, I was like, I am actually running the New York City Marathon. The Central Park crowds were electric. I felt so supported. People were yelling my name. I saw Carly. I saw, Michelle and Nicole, who are like they're professional spectators. Like Michelle,
I would say that
crosses state lines.
I would say that about Allie too. She's
true.
She's a great one. Yeah.
So true. But Allie doesn't just like go to marathons where she doesn't know people. Like Michelle goes to races to spectate even if she knows nobody.
Got it. But Allie, like even if it's not just you, she's doing it for everybody.
Correct.
Yeah.
For all
like,
she's yes.
Me, Jamie, and Christina are like not gonna really.
I mean, Allie woke up,
else.
slept over, woke up with me, and commuted at 6 a.m. to the start line of the Brooklyn Half when she was not running it. Correct. That is Allie,
yes.
and I am so grateful to have a friend like that. But so Michelle and Nicole were there and screaming my name. I was on the opposite side, but they were yelling so loud that through the crowds and through the music, I heard them. I saw them. I ran to them. This felt like the marathon experience of a runner who is like running and sees her people and stops to hug her people and keeps running and feels so, uplifted by that. And it was so amazing. And it gave me like that last push I needed. And there were so many people cheering my name. I was just like cruising. It felt so, so good. And I was like running like 9-something minute miles finally. And, I get to mile 25. I'm like, I have 1.2 miles left. The song, I have like, you're it. You're the ultimate. I'm like, this is it. And like, then like Verge starts playing. I'm like having a great time. It's really hard. I'm like, I should stop to walk for a few seconds. And I'm like, no, keep going. And I just like, I wanted to leave it all out there. It was very dark out at this point. Running along 59th Street, there is a sign that says like 800 meters left. And I'm like, I don't know how long that is, but like, I think it's half a mile. And I'm like, okay, like I'm almost there. Like 59th Street felt like way longer than I thought it would, based on like having 1.2 miles left. But I get to 800 and then 800 becomes 400. I'm back in the park and then 400 becomes 200 and it's uphill at the end. And I am running like as fast as I possibly can. And I see the finish line and I am sprinting through And I get to the finish line and there's just like a lot of people around me. And I'm like, no, I ran this far. I made it. I got here. I need a good picture. So I just like stop. And I go from like so fast to like so slow to let the people ahead of me like cross before I start to cross. And then I crossed and I was like sobbing, and immediately I find Rachel, who I know through Syracuse, through Newhouse Alumni Network, and she always is like around the finish line at the marathon, and she immediately like finds me, which I like just, she said she would, but like I didn't expect it and I wasn't thinking about it. And so to like cross the finish line and then like see a familiar face, I like collapsed and like sobbed into her. And she kind of like, she shepherded me, or she took some pictures of me like in a place where you're not really supposed to take pictures, which was amazing. And then she like shepherded me through to like get my medal. And then it was like a really dark, depressing walk for like
Well, it was also dark out at this point, like
3/4 of a mile. Everyone's in their like orange capes with their hoods up, and suddenly like the pain is setting in and it's dark and we're all just walking, and then we hear a loudspeaker of like, you have half a mile left to get out of the park. And it's like, you're kidding me. And this part everyone warns you about, and it was worse than I thought. But we did it, and I mean, it felt so good to be done. I was it wasn't that I was relieved. It wasn't that the pressure was off, because I didn't feel pressure going into it, and I wasn't worried about it, but like I was just like, thank God I'm done.
Yeah.
Finding you guys was hard. It's just more logistics that we don't have to go through, but found you guys.
We're not going to talk about
We're
the
not going to talk
hour-long
about
taxi
the
ride.
80-minute long taxi ride to get home. But at the end of the day, it was not the day that I envisioned. It did not feel like the day that I trained for. I don't regret doing the marathon. I got so much out of this experience, so much love and joy, new friends. Haley, obviously have to shout you out. Allison, like Jude, running with you, going to the start with you. Even that morning, I met this amazing girl, Michaela, who like, she was walking to the subway and I saw her going into the Uptown 4-5, and I'm like, you're going the wrong way. And then like we commuted to the start together. We're together for like 2 hours, 3 hours. And now like we're DMing and we're gonna meet up. There were so many like beautiful moments along the way. I mean, getting through my injury, like, thank you, Jackie, my original physical therapist at Spear, who like never gave up on me. I'm gonna go in this week and to give her a hug. I feel so supported and loved, and I will never forget that. And I, I will not be doing this again.
Woo!
Yes, I think I want, had I had a good day, I'm sure I would want to do more marathons.
Yep, I agree.
And that's not my journey. And that's okay. I will treasure that I did this. I won't look back on my marathon as the best day of my life. But I will look back on this chapter so fondly and with so much love and admiration and appreciation for it. I will continue running shorter distances, and I'm excited for that. I want to work on getting faster now, because throughout my training, the goal was to kind of go slow and err on the side of caution and not get injured. And when I do run fast, I feel like I'm flying, and I love that. And it's so fun. And I want to feel more of that. I did apply for the United Half Marathon in March. Maybe I'll get in, maybe I won't. If I do, amazing. If I don't, that's okay too. I don't know what the next chapter of running looks like for me, but I definitely want to continue doing it. And yeah, I just thank you everybody who has supported me. I mean, even I got so many messages after post, like, I mean, of course, like before the marathon weekend and before marathon day. I got so many messages. Once I posted that I was in the medical tent, like I got so many DMs from you guys, and I saw them. Like I saw them all as I was, taking my walking breaks, and just knowing you guys were cheering me on, like it really fueled me. And I feel so, again, like grateful for this community, and like thank you guys for, sticking along through this plot twist of a chapter of my life that, I didn't expect to ever have. And I just appreciate you guys embracing it and letting me talk about it, and post content about it, and like kind of reinvent myself for a bit. And I just thank you, is really what I have to say. I really appreciate all of it so much. And Jake, thank you for everything. Just from the letter to the cookie dough at the end of the day. I hope that I can support you through the surgery, even like 10% of the way you supported me.
I'm sure you will.
And I love you. And Barkley, you were a champ yesterday, and my legs hurt so much.
You're really taking this memory all the way down to the end here, huh?
7 minutes left on the memory card.
You're like, I got a full hour and a half. We're going
I
to
didn't mean
the
to.
last possible second.
Listen, I don't want to walk away from this and be like, oh, I wish I said this thing. I wish I said that.
I think you'll have to, because I think there's more to talk about.
Okay.
And I think it's okay too.
Okay.
You'll leave some for the next one.
Okay.
Like in terms of what you did the day after, getting
For
the
sure.
medal, what you did today.
Yeah, you're right.
There's going to be more. You're going to think of other stuff. I want to talk about like some of the signs we saw. Like I think next week we'll talk about dating and marathon a little bit too.
Yeah.
So I think both can still come up again.
You're right.
So don't feel like this is the end of like the last thing you have to say for this.
Alana's final words ever.
If anybody made it to an hour and a half,
thank you.
Comment on the post marathon or something.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I need to get out of this chair and go horizontal and drink a lot more water.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Love you too.
Love you too.